Sports brings you a special edition of the National Football League for this New Year's Day matchup. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday night primetime.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Again, everybody, alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Let's go out there.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the rookie who played his college ball for the Pitt Panthers, so that's Kenny Pickett.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level, and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. At about the 32. Pickett now on first down. Open man here is Gentry. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 41, Pickett. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you have to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all, and you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, he might be the best kicker the game's ever seen. And we've seen him hit from 66, which is the all-time record. But anything 60-plus, that's a very low percentage kick. Don't tell him he doesn't believe it. But this one winds up no good.
Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Now a first down carry for Harris. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They run again with Harris. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Going with a big fullback wide. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play, he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Derek Watt, a touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again. And how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Ravens taking the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he's got some space here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 4. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
To the air on first down with Pickett. And going deep downfield for Boykin. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Miles Boykin, 75 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Boswell for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. That last drive was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll start out here with the option left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On third down, here's Dobbins. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
It's showtime, baby.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Pickett will look to throw it here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in range.
Meanwhile, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Pickett's throw into the hands of Pickens.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A gain of 9. The 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Pickett.
Dancing to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they will begin in field goal range already as they search for a potential score. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Steelers. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive, and he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Now Pickett, and this one too low.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great, but you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big third down.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Pickett back to throw. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Ravens will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
The quick feet by Jackson. Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Jackson running again.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to him.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Jackson now. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Jackson.
His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Baltimore. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, a 4-yard touchdown scamper.
And the Ravens have taken a 4th quarter lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the goal line.
And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security aloof. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw again on second down. Pickett completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Dialing up another pass here, Pickett. And that is incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball that causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. Runs over. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson.
That one complete to Crochet.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Jackson going to run again.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Jackson going to look to do it himself, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he stopped immediately there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One of the selling points at the end route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On fourth down, here's the option. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And this is the old expression, that's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.